We use the internet all day, every day. But have you ever actually stopped to think about what happens in that little split second after you type in a web address and hit enter? When you go to a website, who or, what is actually there to greet you on the other side?
It seems like such a simple question, right? But the answer, well, it unlocks one of the most important and totally invisible pieces of tech that makes the modern web work. You might think you're connecting directly to, say, Netflix's main computer, but you're not. There's actually a gatekeeper, this invisible receptionist, managing everything right at the front door.
So, to really wrap our heads around this, let's try an analogy. Picture the internet as this massive, sprawling city, and every major website you visit, Google, Amazon, your favorite social media site, is like a gigantic skyscraper, just bustling with activity inside. Now, when you visit one of these buildings, you don't just wander into any old office, right? Nope. You go through the main entrance, and right there at the front desk is this incredibly efficient, super smart receptionist. This person is the first point of contact for every single visitor. And this isn't just any receptionist either. They're like a master organizer, directing traffic, checking IDs, and just making sure the entire building runs smoothly, efficiently, and super securely. In the tech world, this incredibly important receptionist actually has a special name.
So what is the technical name for our super helpful receptionist? Well, we call it a reverse proxy.
Okay, so here's the big idea. When you send a request to a website, you're not actually talking directly to the main server that has all the data. You're talking to the reverse proxy. It stands out front, it catches your request, and then it figures out the best place to send you. It's kind of like the ultimate digital middle manager.
Now, this is where things can get a little confusing, so let's clear it up. You've probably heard of a proxy, right? Maybe at your school or office. Well, that's a forward proxy. It sits on your side of the connection and acts as your shield, hiding your identity from the internet. A reverse proxy is the exact opposite. It sits on the website side, and it's a shield for the servers, hiding their identity from you.
So why do websites even need this digital receptionist? Well, it turns out they have some really big problems to solve. And lucky for them, our reverse proxy has some incredible superpowers to handle them.
First up, the biggest challenge for any popular website, just tons and tons of traffic. I mean, imagine millions of people trying to rush into the same office building all at once. It would be total chaos, right? The front door would be jammed and nobody would get in. And this brings us to the proxy's first superpower, load balancing. It sees all those requests flooding in and instantly becomes a traffic cop. Instead of sending everyone to one poor, overwhelmed server, it intelligently spreads the traffic out across a whole team of servers. This is what keeps a website feeling fast and responsive, even when it's super busy. Okay, next big problem, security. Let's be real, the internet can be a dangerous place. There are always bad actors out there trying to break into those digital office buildings to cause trouble or steal information. This is the proxy's second superpower, being a bodyguard. By standing out front, it completely hides the real servers and their direct addresses from the public. It inspects all the incoming traffic, and it filters out suspicious requests and blocks common attacks before they can even get close to the important stuff. And finally, we have the problem of speed. Think about it. If every single visitor asks the main office for the same brochure, it's a huge waste of time for the busy people inside to keep running back and forth to get it. There's got to be a faster way. And there is. It's the proxy's third superpower, caching. The proxy is smart. It keeps copies of stuff that people ask for all the time, like the website's logo or a popular article, right there at the front desk. So when you ask for one of those things, it just hands you its copy instantly. The main servers in the back are never even bothered. This is a massive reason why websites feel so snappy. So we've seen all the cool superpowers. Now let's just quickly trace the journey of a single request to see how it all comes together. It's really simple and elegant when you see it laid out. First, your phone or computer sends a request. Bam! The reverse proxy immediately intercepts it. Then, it forwards your request to just the right server in the back. That server finds what you need and sends it back to the proxy. And finally, the proxy delivers that response right back to you. And this whole dance happens in like the blink of an eye. Totally invisible. Okay, so this is all pretty neat from a tech perspective, but why does it actually matter to you? As you're just scrolling through your day, why should you even care about this invisible gatekeeper? Well, it pretty much affects everything about your online experience.
That smooth video stream that doesn't buffer? That's a reverse proxy. That secure checkout page when you're shopping online? Yep, that's it too. The fact that your favorite social media site almost never goes down? You can thank a reverse proxy for that. They make the web feel fast, safe, and just reliable.
At the end of the day, reverse proxies are the quiet, essential workers of the internet. They're the unsung heroes working around the clock, behind the scenes, just making your entire digital life smoother, faster, and a whole lot safer. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this incredibly powerful tech is operating just out of sight, what other invisible guardians are out there, quietly shaping and protecting our digital world every day? It's a great reminder that there's always so much more going on right beneath the surface. Thanks for diving into this with me.